Hi, welcome to AllBrands After Hours with me, your host, Courtney Douthat. Welcome to the show where we hang out and craft together. It's fall, y'all. Let's do this. So we're jumping right into the fall season. It got cold for like one day kind of, so I'm ready to do some fall crafts to get ready. So today what I want to do is actually make a really cute doormat. And I've seen a ton of adorable fall doormats out there, but I haven't found one that I exactly want. Because I want leaves, but I also want pumpkins. I want a saying, but not too much of a crazy saying. And I've seen a ton that are like, hey, it's fall. I've seen ones that are just like cute. It's like, hey, pumpkin. Like, those are adorable. Not really what I want for this, holiday season or whatever. I want one that just says the Douthats. Like, just something nice and classic, but the background be fun and cute. So I'm gonna make my own. Courtney, how are we gonna do that? I got a little British, did y'all hear that? So, Courtney, how are we gonna do that? Well, your ScanNCut again can cut up to a 3mm thickness. So if we want to do acrylic like we did on that one show, or we could get stencil paper. It's really nothing, it's not even paper, it's like a plastic. There's nothing special about stencil material. Yes, it's out there. Yeah, it's super handy to have. It's slick, so if you're doing paint, you can wipe it off. But don't feel like you have to go get a certain kind of stencil material. I can't even tell you where I got this because I must have bought it in bulk and it was in my stash. The only thing you want to do is, yes, we can do a 3mm thickness. I wouldn't want my stencil to be a 3mm. If you do want it that thick, then it's more sturdy. I actually kind of like when it has a little bend to it. One, because it's easier to go through my machine. And two, I just feel like it's easier to work with when it kind of has some bend to it. Because think, if I was doing a stencil on a cup or a vase, well, it's a cylinder object. I'm going to want to wrap my stencil around it, and then I could tape off in the opening parts and have it on there. Well, I'm doing a terrible job of it now, but having it on there, and then I could dab my paint on there. So yes, you could do it on a thick acrylic, but you can't bend acrylic like you can bend, stencil. So I would recommend having something with a little bend, so that way if you do want to put that exact design on something that you need to have a rounded corner, then now you have that option. So that's a personal preference, but that is something that I've noticed over the years that I do like to do. Now, if it is stencil that I know is just gonna go on a wall, then yeah, again, the thick one's fine. But this is really great. And if you were on a wall and you were going to a corner and you wanted that design, then you could bend it. I'm going on a tangent, but you get what I mean. Now, what I did was, Art Spirit does have a few fall leaves on it. The machine also has a few fall leaves on it, but they weren't exactly what I wanted, which is again the beauty of a ScanNCut. So what I went is I went online and I typed in fall leaf, I typed in pumpkin. So I have all these different, this one's actually the same, I printed two. But I have all these different ones. Now, if you look at it, what do you notice about that? Well, Courtney, there's a lot of lines in these. Why did you not just want a solid pumpkin, like a solid outline of a pumpkin? Well, think of it, if I'm making a stencil, I need to make sure that nothing's just cut off. Where, so say we had this pumpkin, and the lines in the center, see how there's a gap between those? If those weren't there, when it cut that whole section out, it would just fall out. So there wouldn't actually be that divide of each of the little round parts of the pumpkin like I like. So what I actually did was, when I was looking at the pumpkin especially, I typed in stencil of a pumpkin. Well, Courtney, why didn't you type in pumpkin stencil? Well, if I typed in pumpkin stencil, then I'm gonna get a bunch of Halloween stencils that you can put on a pumpkin, which is actually really cool. So we were talking about the round things. There you go. You could cut out whatever stencil you wanted to cut out of your pumpkin or draw onto your pumpkin, use the stencil, put it around your pumpkin to do that. So that's actually really cool. So that's a whole other thing. And yes, we're doing a Halloween video when the time is nearer. But, so I don't want to type in pumpkin stencil because I'm going to get a lot of that. But if I type in stencil of a pumpkin, that's where I got these. So same thing with leaves. I typed in stencil of a leaf. Could I have made my own? Yes. Do I have time? Absolutely not. So this is going to help me. So I'm thinking, I wish you guys were here. This is when lives are really helpful. I mean, I could do both. That is an option. I'm leaning towards this one. I'm looking at it in the viewfinder, but I'm leaning towards this one because then I could do the nice cute little green leaf. I could do a brown little stem if I wanted to, or green stem. So I could do more colors. I mean, yeah, I could do it with this one too. I'm kind of liking this one. I'm thinking this one might be our girl. Okay, so sorry, pumpkin. You're adorable. Thank you for the example. This one, I just did like a sweet little maple leaf, and I do actually really like that. But I did find this one that has a lot of more options and has acorns on there. So if I did want to just have this cut out of the stencil, well, now I have all these options to do other little filler ones. And I can make this larger or smaller. That way it's the same size or whatever size it is I ended up doing on my rug or my doormat. So I could do that, which would be really cute. I wish you guys were here to tell me which one to do. I think I'm gonna go with this one because I think more options are better for this. So, and I could do both. I'm just being lazy, okay? So what I have is I should have my scanning mat. Do I know where it is? No. If you're new to the show, I never know where half of my stuff is. Someone told me in one of the videos, they were like, you're adorable, but we need to work on your grammar. And when I saw that, at first I was like, oh, okay. And then I realized, no, that's a part of my Southern charm. So where we go. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to put this on my blue low-tack mat. All of your mats can scan with your ScanNCut. However, I do not want to put paper on anything that is not my blue low-tack mat and my scanning mat, because then the paper is going to shred and it's going to be a nightmare. So I've got the image on there. I'm going to go ahead, go home, and I'm going to scan it in. Alrighty, so we're going to come to scan, and we're going to scan to cut data. Go ahead and load our mat in, and hit start. So now it's going to go ahead and it's going to scan in my image, and I'll do the same thing with this one to be able to have it in my machine. It's automatically going to cut it, put it in a cut file or in a draw file, whatever I prefer. And you don't have to save it in one or the other. You can always just tell it at the end, hey, cut this, or hey, draw this. It's kind of up to you. All right, so there's our pumpkin. She looks gorgeous. Now we have a few different options. We could select just the outside of the pumpkin, which is adorable. However, we could select the inside and the outside of our pumpkin, like this, which is what I want, because not only is it catching the pumpkin, but you notice it caught that leaf right there. Now this one is just, you can make it into a single draw line if you wanted to do that. It's not really what I want, so I'm gonna scroll in. Just because it was such a good scan, it caught a bunch of gunk, as I call it, and I don't really want that gunk on there. All right, so let's go ahead and hit preview. And it looks beautiful. Let's hit OK. Now, if it didn't catch it so well, save to our machine. If it didn't catch it so well, you could rescan. However, the SDX 325 and the 330 are so good that I never really have to rescan. It's pretty rare. All right, so it saved it to our machine. So now, if we come home, we're done with this screen. We can say OK, retrieve data from our machine. Scroll all the way to the bottom. There's our pumpkin. How cute! Oh, I love it. Hit OK. Now, the thing you want to know, and be very cautious. So I'm actually going to hit edit. If you notice, see how that red bar, or that red box is just around that section of the pumpkin? Well, if I was to touch something, oh no! I messed up my pumpkin. So what I'm going to do is actually go back, put everything back where it's supposed to. Before I move anything, I'm going to come right here to my selection tools, these three red boxes. I'm going to select everything, hit OK, object edit, and I'm going to weld them together. Now they're all one piece. So now if I resize them in any kind of way or rotate it, all the pieces are doing that together. So my beautiful design that I just made stays together. Now I don't want my pumpkin to be very huge. I kind of want them really cute and scattered. So what I'm going to do is I am actually just going to put her up here and have her there beautifully and say OK, OK again, and I'm going to actually save this pumpkin to my machine. You don't have to because you do have the other one saved. However, I do like how I grouped it. So I'm going to actually overwrite what I had scanned in, which were all the individual pieces. You can make it a new design if you don't want to do that. However, I'm going to overwrite it. So now that's saved and great into my machine. So I'm actually not even unloading my mat because I'm lazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my leaf design and do the exact same thing with it. Alrighty, so now that I've done it for both, I've done it for the leaf and the pumpkin, I'm going to retrieve data from my machine. Scroll down. There's my very cute little leaves. I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna edit, weld them all together. And if you didn't want one of them, this is the time that you could, delete them out. So, go to Object Edit, weld them all together. So now they're a gorgeous, cute little stencil. And again, I could resize them. But what I'm actually going to do is hit OK. I'm going to hit Add. I'm going to add from Retrieve Data from my machine because I'm going to come to the bottom, go up one, and get my pumpkin. Courtney, why do you want to do that? Because I want them to be on the same mat, like that. So now when I resize, I know kind of what they're resizing together. Now there are individual pieces, so if I resized one different from the other, it's fine. I could have done that with each individual little leaf if I wanted to. So I'm gonna hit Edit, Object Edit, and I really think I want this pumpkin to probably be, what, a 6x6 or a little bit smaller. I think would be really cute. Currently, if I come right here to the size tool, she's pretty cute. Actually, I kind of like that size, so I might keep her just that size. Now I'm going to put her away from the edges because I'm thinking when I make a stencil, I want a little room around it, so that way if it goes a little too close to the edge, I'm not accidentally getting paper. Now I know my stencil is a 12x12 because I just checked. So I'm actually going to come here and resize these guys to be a little bit bigger. How cute. Now, I do want them a little bigger, so what I'm actually going to do is ungroup them. Now, they're their own individual pieces. I'm going to come here and unselect them all. Come here, and now I can zone in on just one leaf. How cool is that? So if I zone in on just that leaf and hit OK, OK again, Object Edit, weld it together. Well, now I can move that leaf. So if I resize, it's not accidentally hitting my pumpkin. All right, I'm going to go ahead, weld, unweld, come over here, select these guys. I'm not really loving that random little piece right there, so I'm going to hit OK. I'm actually going to select it and delete it out. Not really loving that one either. Delete it out. That's the beautiful thing about ScanNCut is that you can bring anything under the sun and then you can edit it to be whatever you want it to be. So let's go ahead, select everything, come take my tool right here, come here like this, hit OK, OK, weld it together. Now, if I was to resize it, how cool is that? How cool! Ah, I love it. I love ScanNCut. If you don't know that, spoiler alert, I love ScanNCut. It's very, very fun. Now, if you notice, ScanNCut is resizing like breathing all together all at once. However, if I was to select right here with the arrows and the dash, it would lock one. So if I was to resize the width, the height wouldn't change. If I'd resize the height, the width wouldn't change. But if I unlock it, it goes back to wanting to resize like breathing. So that's just a helpful little handy thing that you can do. There are some designs that are built into the machine that it prefers not to do that with, understandably, because it will distort that design. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to unselect. And this little guy over here, unselect. This little guy over here needs to be changed because it was not changed with everything else. Now you can of course do this in Brother Canvas super easily. However, again, you've got so many editing tools on board. Why not use them? This is so cool. We're literally making our own little design. Okay, so now I have this. How cool, I've made my own little stencil, and I could fit in more if I wanted to. I like the spacing that's around them. Again, if I am using paint, I want to give myself a little grace area so it's not so crazy. And again, I'm not going to paint this exactly how it's laid on here. I'm actually going to jump it around. Say I want an acorn in this area. Say I want this in this area. Well, now I can do that with the stencil. I really can make it custom if I feel like it, which I am. All right, so I like the way that it looks. Now, do as I say, not as I do on this one. So this is my fabric mat that I actually consider my crazy things that I do mat. And I'm actually going to use this one. However, I actually do recommend a purple standard mat for this kind of thing. Just because it's actually not going to damage your mat. This is overkill. This is 1000% overkill, especially if you have a new fabric mat. Just use the purple standard. Like this is my kind of crazy mat that was sitting right here that I put things on, so that's why I grabbed it. My standard mat is actually sitting behind you getting cleaned. I cleaned all my mats today. All right, I'm gonna load this in, but I would actually just use your standard mat. It's sticky enough to hold on to this. I wouldn't use a low tack mat that we just used for scan because it is a thicker material than paper, and I do want to make sure that it holds on there really well. So standard mat's probably your best bet. Not probably, it is. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit OK. Please select, and we wanna cut. Courtney, what blade would we use? Great question. We're gonna use this black auto blade right here. This is your best bet. This is kind of your multi-purpose blade. So I like that one. Half cut is on because I did vinyl last, so I'm gonna hit the wrench icon, scroll down one, and turn half cut off because we wanna go all the way through this material. All right, and we're good to go. And there she goes. What she's gonna do is she's gonna come around, test how deep that material is, and then cut only the material and try to avoid my mat, which I appreciate. There she goes. And this is super thin, like probably not even a 1 millimeter. Like it's super, super thin. And I do like stencil paper. You can find other materials that kind of feel the same and, you know, kind of go the same. Go ahead and use those if you want. This is just, you know, actually it's used for stencil making. So there's not a particular brand that I like. There's not a particular kind that I like. I kind of feel like all stencils the same, but just make sure that you get one that has, again, a little bit of bend to it, or is my personal preference. Okay, it's cute. And you can use that to make a bookmark. I know we made bookmarks out of acrylic, but you could just totally use that. Go. Oh my God, this is so cool. Like, I wish I could show you guys up close. Like, it is just perfectly cutting it out. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. So I'm so excited for Bayou University this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. So we're actually setting up for that now. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go help set up some more. But Bayou University is going to be a blast. It was, again, great to see everyone at Lone Star University and in the future Embroidery University. So we do still have spots for Embroidery University if you would like to sign up for that event in Slidell, Louisiana. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of crafting, and a lot of learning. So should be a good time. And of course, don't forget about Houston Quilt Festival. Courtney, why do you keep reminding us about Houston Quilt Festival? Because everyone's like, darn, the hotels get so expensive close to it. Darn, I was wanting to go, but things came in the way. So I'm giving you pre-heads up. Houston Quilt Festival, a lot of fun. And there's just booths and booths of really cool stuff and rows of beautiful quilts. So I've gotten to see the quilts like running past them. One day I'm going to take the time to actually walk through them properly because they're so pretty. It's amazing. So again, just want to give you a heads up about Houston Quilt Festival. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, I'll be there all the days having so much fun and a bunch of shenanigans in the ScanNCut area. So definitely come hang out with us. AllBrands always has a really cool, like AllBrands village of all these cool things. So definitely recommend that. Now, while I've got you, let's go ahead and do our membership spotlight. Helen Sherwitz, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Thank you, Helen, for being a member. And thank you to everyone that is a member. A really cool video, and I think it's cool, is actually coming y'all's way, so. Alrighty, so I'm gonna put that other one off to the side. It is done! Okay, now we're going to be gentle. We're not just going to rip things off, Courtney. We're gonna be gentle. We're gonna get our spatula tool if we can find it. Okay. Oh, there it is. There are, of course, the one that comes with your machine that is this plastic one. Very great. However, I did buy the kit for a metal one. It's good. I like it. Courtney, how do you like it? It's good. I like it. No, I like it because it is a little thinner, so when I want to get into areas, I feel like it's a little bit easier to do that. Oh my goodness! You know it's intense when I'm like, ah! Well, I wanted to actually show you this too. So this was one of the parts, and it's all over my mat right now. So again, guys, don't use the fabric mat. I don't care how not sticky that fabric mat is. Just don't do it. Use the standard, because it was a pain in the rear to get this off. But look at that. Look at that's one of the inside parts. Like I could totally use that. Like, that is so cool to me. But like, how amazing. How amazing is that? We've made our own stencils, and we could have, again, put anything under the sun that we want to put on there. So, let me pull it up. So here's my mat. I got it really cheap at the store. And the plan is, I'm just going to take my paint, put it right here, maybe watch a show, listen to some music, and I'm actually just going to put it on there, dab the paint where I want. I'm going to do a thin layer of paint. Courtney, why a thin layer of paint? Because if I'm putting this stencil on different areas, I might actually put it on top of a part that I'd already painted. I don't really want to get paint everywhere on accident. Yes, I can wipe it off, and I'll probably get, you know, a baby wipe or just a wet paper towel to wipe it off in between so I don't get paint all everywhere. But if it's thinner, then it dries faster. And yes, we could go back with multiple coats if we want to. Honestly, if you even wanted to, you could put it down and spray paint. And that would be super fast, super easy. Okay, so I don't have orange. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is actually mix some yellow with some red and make a cute little orange. Now, we had talked about this previously when I had done a rug. Ooh, that one was a little crusty. Let's see. Oh no, I hope I have red. Okay, I do. We had talked about this previously when I had done a rug. I had done a Christmas one that was cute, and it looked like a little gingerbread house. What I would recommend is to use like a flex paint if you have that. I'm just going to use a regular acrylic paint because it's going to be in a low traffic area that's just like my kids running through, heaven forbid. But if it was in a high traffic area, you could do a flex paint, and there are some sealers that you can buy. Why would I wear a white shirt when I know I'm painting today? So, also, why would I wear a shirt with lemons when I'm doing a fall video? But you know what, whatever. That's what I wanted to wear when I got up this morning, so. All right, I think we're getting an orange. Here we go, yes. Yeah, I'll go into my paint stash, and I didn't have an orange. Like, what in the world? But thank goodness we know color theory a little. So the beauty of this, again, is that you can make it as colorful as you want, or not colorful at all. If you do, I honestly thought about just doing one with it in white, so the pumpkins and the leaves, everything's white, and then only the words on top of it be black. I thought that would be really cool, but then I realized, you know, I've got little ones, and I think they'll enjoy some color. They probably won't notice this very much. I think I'll get pumpkin, and then that's it. But hey, I enjoyed. It's fun. And I have two different brushes. I have one that's a little bit smaller and one that's a little bit wider. It's kind of personal preference of what you would like to use. So I'm going to put a little yellow right here, just a little bit. Put a little green. I could do white. I do have the white. Oh, geez. Okay, a little green. And these are cheapy little paints that I bought. Nothing high quality, okay? And I do have a black in case we want to do black on the letters to make them, if we're making everything so colorful, we want to make sure the letters pop. All right, I think we're done. I think we're good. I think we're going to paint. All right, so I know I want my, I'm gonna close her up. I'm so scared about painting her. I think I want the first pumpkin right here. Ah, now you could tape down if you want to tape down. I am not gonna tape down because I don't want to. But you could if you wanted to. So here we go. All right, contact. Oh, maybe I should pull the paint closer if I was being smart. There you go. All right, I'm gonna switch to the bigger brush. This is taking forever. It took 2 seconds and I'm like, nope, too long. We're going to the bigger brush. Oh, if you had a roller, you could also do that. That would work out beautifully. All right, and I am going over the stencil just a little bit because I want a crisp line. And yes, I could probably very carefully go around, but it's just so much easier and faster. I'm just going on top of the stencil. If you want to hold the stencil down like this a little bit, you know, a little tighter when you get to areas, that works too. I'm realizing dabbing works better than actually like trying to like paint it on there with brush strokes. Just dab it on. Makes it so much faster. There we go. Okay. I kind of wiped off my brush a bit. Okay, we're going to go into the green. is exciting. Yeah, big brush is awesome. I'm gonna say that and watch it be so messy when I pick it up. Let's see. You know what? I'm glad we did the green because I think the brown would have blended in a little bit more with this. I mean, unless it was like a dark brown, then it probably would have looked good, but I like the green. You make yours however you want to make it. Oh my goodness, you know what I just thought of? This would be a fun like craft night with like some friends or your sisters or brothers, I don't know, family. This would be so fun. Everyone comes, picks out their template that they want to do, and then you all make doormats. Oh, I love that. Why did I not do that? I might have to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so we've done all of these. Here we go. Are you ready? Ready? Oh my god, it's so cute! It's so cute. Oh, I knew it would be cute. I've done this before, but like, this is cute. And you're like, Courtney, I can't see it. Come on. Hold on, let me move stuff. Oh, I'm nervous because it's wet paint everywhere. Okay, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? You're not ready. I'm not ready. How stinking cute. I like how I'm trying to hold it up. How cute is that? That's adorable. I don't care what anyone says. That's adorable. Everyone's like, it's cute, Courtney. We're not arguing with you. That's cute. All right, I'm going to sit here and cover this whole thing in there. I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing, and I will come back as soon as I'm done. I have been painting away and having so much fun. This has been so cool. I love this. It's so cute. I'm really debating now, do I want to put the name on it? Do I just want to put a big D on it? I don't know. It's so cute. I don't want to cover any of it up. Oh, goodness. Tell me in the comments, would you have put the name, like your family name, or would you have left it plain? Or maybe just the initial? Okay. Go. Oh, my God. Look at this. I've washed, to be totally transparent, you can tell the last ones I've used were like this one and this one. Because I've been washing it in between, so no paint accidentally got somewhere I didn't want it to go. I think I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna lightly put that on top of something, not my rug, on the ground. Okay, we're gonna be smart. We're going to move the thing of paint. We'll just put it back here for right now. Okay, are y'all ready? Oh, it's still wet, which makes me very nervous. Guys, how stinking cute. How cute is this? Okay, so tell me in the comments, would you add more? Would you leave it like it is? Would you put the name? I think the name would be cute. If we did that, wait, let's put it in the frame. There we go, Courtney. I think the name would be cute. I don't know. And if you guys notice, like I'm standing up, but I actually turned my stencil around. So that way the pumpkins were also facing different ways, like the leaves were going different ways, which was super easy because it perfectly cut out. So it was perfect stencil on both sides. How stinking cute. I'm just looking at it in the viewfinder. Like, this is cool. I am so excited. I did go back and add like a plummy brown. I mixed a whole bunch of paints together. I made like a plummy brown. Like, I wish I would have added another yellow one. I ran out of yellow paint. Maybe I'll go back and like turn that one over there, there we go, that one right there, maybe I'll turn it yellow. All right, so should I add just a giant D? Let me look at it. I think a giant D. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to use my machine. All right, let's go home. Let's use our stencil. Go to patterns, scroll down, scroll up to fonts. And now I'm thinking about using this one. Follow me on this. So when it cuts out, it's still all together, and then I could just paint where that gap is to actually make it a closed one. Because if not, then like the inside of the D would be gone. So let's see. This is like the perfect one to do a stencil. Set. Oh my gosh, yes. So let's go to edit, object edit, resize. How big do we want this? Honestly, I think as big as we can go. Yeah, look at that. So you see how there's a gap in there? I would just paint that real fast. Oh, Courtney, actually hold the button down. There we go. Oh, no, not to a 12 by 24. I mean, I could, but I only have a 12 by 12 for my stencil paper. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, that would be so easy. Okay, let's do it. I feel like the people in the comments that didn't want me to do this are probably like, no. But I'm going to do it because I think it would be really, really cute. All right, so let's go ahead and get our mat ready. Okay, I can only find, oh, I hate that noise, a 12 by 24 standard mat, because I'm not going to do the fabric mat thing to myself again. Ooh. All right. Put it on. See, I could have done it bigger. Well, no, because I still would have only had a 12 by 12 stencil paper. Unless I put like 2 on there. Oh, and you could tape the back of them, and that's how you could get a bigger stencil. There you go. All right, so let's go ahead and let's load this in. I have so much dried paint right now on this desk. Done. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, so let's take the stencil off very carefully. Where's my spatula? I don't know. I think it's in the drawer. I'm being lazy. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. So now we know that the ScanNCut has a built-in stencil font. How neat. I don't think that's what it was. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. That is cool. Okay. And then these are just giant pieces. And honestly, you could keep this. I mean, like a mini stencil. I would keep that. I'm frugal. And then you could make stencils out of that. Like, it's just cool. All right. Done with that one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have my black paint here. Okay, we're going to close her up so I don't get paint on her. Let's get her thing. Now, it's not completely dry. Oh, there we go. It's not completely dry, but it's dry enough that I could lay this on there. Oh my God. Okay, so should we actually you know, make sure this is centered? Yes. Am I? Nah, probably not. If I was smart, I would get my ScanNCut away from all of this. Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't want to get paint on you. You're very pretty. Okay, here we go. Okay, so thinking full black, because I keep looking at that brown thinking should I mix it. But since I have brown on there, I don't want it to feel like it's a little lost in there. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go full on to the black. If this isn't centered, lie to me. Deal? Just lie to me. Tell me it's centered. Be like, wow, Courtney, I can't believe you centered that just by your eyes. Like, way to go. Okay. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay. How many times do I say okay? Okay. All right. Here we go. And contact. Oh, it feels wrong to paint over a pumpkin. It feels wrong. This is going to be cute. This is going to be cute. Right, guys? It's going to be cute. Oh, this feels so wrong. I should have honestly just put the paint just straight on there because it's going to be so much of it. I was trying to be careful. Now, if you guys do like these fall inspiration, you know, crafty videos, let me know, and I'm happy to do another one. We're definitely going to do a Halloween one, Thanksgiving, all that. I have such cute ideas for Thanksgiving. So let me know in the comments down below. I'm making sure that I go really well over the parts that I had painted, you know, the pumpkin stem and stuff like that, so you don't see as much color through. I mean, it's fine if you do. I don't think it would look bad, but just trying to be extra thorough, I suppose. All right. Oh my God, it's so cute. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna move that, and now I'm just gonna go connect. I mean, it's cute, right? It's cute without, but I mean, it's cute with like the opening, but like that's not exactly what I want. I want it closed. So, boom. See, just gonna close it. Yep, see, so much easier. Now, would I ever freehand the whole thing? Absolutely not. No, thank you. I am not freehanding this, but I will add a little touch here and there, but I'm not gonna freehand. If you can freehand, you go right ahead. I know I cannot. Is this messy? Yes. Is it adorable? Absolutely. So cute. Oh, I love it. I'm just going back in like spots that I feel like look a little bald. I'm just filling them in a bit. This is so much. This is a lot of fun. I really am considering just like calling my sisters up one weekend and being like, hey, why don't you come over? We'll have a little wine and like a fun little night where we make custom, you know, doormats for our front door. And that could be a Christmas thing. That could be a Halloween. That could be fall. That could be anything. 4th of July, whatever you want. Okay. I think that's going to be it. Mostly because I don't feel like pouring more paint. All right, added a little bit more black paint. I can't help it. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, once it's dry, the shininess will go away. That was the move, adding the black. That was good. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't add the whole word. I'm glad I didn't put the Douthat family or not, because I feel like with the busyness in the back and then that, no, just, that looks so good. Okay, so I'm actually gonna sit this outside to dry fully. I'm seeing a lot, like this is dry, that's dry. I like how I still won't touch it. But I do see little spots that I went a little too heavy, and they look great, but they're not dry. So I am gonna put this outside to dry a little bit. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. A little bit different, a little more crafty, and we're always crafty. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget that you can get the ScanNCut SDX325 on our website at allbrands.com. And if you accidentally put the rotary blade kit in the cart as well and put the code after hours in the coupon field, it will make that rotary blade completely free. Just a little heads up. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it's the easiest way to let us know that you want more of these videos. Y'all have a good night. Bye!